Hello, everybody. What is going on? This one, doggy. We have possibly the top knife, top folder in 2022, by far, guarantee you. And I'm not talking about just since this year. I'm talking about for the whole year. Guarantee you this is going to be a top contender, period. So I got this one from, obviously not from GP. It's from there, from GP Knives, but it's actually from my boy, Joe, Kevin's friend. It's kind of a local guy. Kevin introduced me to him. I actually had one, lost it, and it was so good that I had to get another one. I had to. I was missing it so bad. I was like, up in my room crying, like, no, I need it back. I need it. It's Sharp by Design. Now, this is my first Sharp by Design. I have never had a Sharp by Design before this, and yeah, I think I might be getting some more, because this thing right here is killer. So what we got here is the Sharp by Design Mini Tempest in the Bowie configuration. The Bowie, yeah, Bowie. I think I said Bowie. Configuration. It's got this insane hand satin blade, which is a little weird because it only came in hand satin. Normally, there's like an option, either hand satin or, like a machine satin, I would imagine, or even a stonewash or something. But the action on this is insane. I ended up switching out for skivs, of course, because that's what I do. I'm a bearing snob, and yes, it made this knife better. I don't care what anybody has to say. This knife before was good. It was amazing. It really was. But once you put skiffs in it, it gets so much better. And I mean, it's not like an astronomical amount, but it definitely feels 10 times more solid. It definitely does. And that just contradicted myself, but it definitely does feel a lot more solid of a knife. Like, it just feels substantial, like more substantial, because if you think about it, I mean, come on. The regular bearings, stamped bearings, has open cage design. It doesn't have as much lateral strength as the other ones, because if you think about it, the open cage, there's only a thin piece of metal that bearing is sitting, like is leaning on when it's, because there's some forces that are moving, the balls left and right, when you're flicking it open and it's going left, and there's some forces on it, period. It's just, it's just a logical thing. And when it's when it's anything other than the stamped ones, even if it's like the plastic ones, they're even better, because there's more surface area that's it's not able to move left or right. It's not able to bend. Like, that's why on the stamped bearings, there's actually, if you over tighten it, you can compress the bearings. I've never heard of anybody compressing the bearings on aftermarket bearings like skiffs or Delrin bearings or anything like that. There is none. If somebody has done that, and it's not the ceramic and it's the actual like metal part, please contact me, and let me see it. Hopefully you took pictures, because I call bullshit. Because right there, that's a proven, it just proves it completely. If with the stamp bearings, they do have compression, like you can compress them too much and it ends up like bending it. So why would you rather have, wouldn't you rather have one that's doesn't have to worry about that? Like, period. Like, if you tighten a knife down so much and that thing compresses, say there's some for some odd reason you're doing something and the lateral force ends up being just as much as you tightening that down, it's going to bend it. It's going to compress that thing and it's going to bend. Now, if you have skiffs in there, it's not going to. So, and yes, it does make the action a little bit better sometimes. And the reason being, it's definitely a lot more precision bearing, Instead of being stamped out and mass produced, it's literally, produced to a lot better stringence, a lot better, what's the word? Precise tolerances. So it's just like a knife. When knife's, built to a better tolerance, like this thing is insane. Like, with the on point, as Lefty would say, it's dead nuts. That shit is dead fucking nuts. So, I mean, if you don't like bearings, then that's okay. I'm not like trying to convince anybody. I'm just trying to let you know about my opinion, and a few facts that I think are, the reason why I like to switch them. It doesn't help all knives. It definitely doesn't. I mean, most of the knives that have the plastic bearings and stuff like that, there's no real point. The plastics that they have nowadays is pretty much just as strong as steel, or which most of the time these aren't even steel bearings. Like even the skiffs and stuff, they're not steel. Like the cage part, it's brass or something, an alloy like that. So, it's just, it's just a stronger thing. And hey, if you don't like it, then don't do it. We're still gonna do it, period, because we love it. But it does make it a little bit better. So that's enough of my bearing rant. This knife is just amazing all around. I don't know what people are saying that they can't flick it. The Bowie is definitely able to flick with both fingers or both hands. And it's got this killer sound too when you flick it. Sometimes it's got a ting. It's not gonna do it now, of course. From this hitting the the internal stop pin, it'll ting sometimes, depending on like how you open it. It's not going to do it because I'm on camera, I guarantee you. And also, it's hard to do it. So, but every deployment method is killer. Everything. Sorry, I'm trying to get back on the ball. So, get back into this. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done like an actual, overview or review. The ergos on this thing, honestly, it's one of my favorite knives and favorite ergos. Like, my hand, I don't have that big of a hand. I have a chubby hand. My hands are chubby. I have, chubby fingers, chubby hands. I do fit probably in like a medium-sized glove. Sometimes I'll wear large because of just how, it's hard to get them into like, medium, some of them. But the ergos on this thing fits my hand. And it's, there's some room. Like, this is so comfortable right here. Like, I could literally sit there and cut, like, for days. Sit there and just cut cardboard. Probably not for days, but it's comfortable. Like, it's definitely in the top 5 ergos I've ever felt. Action on point. Even without the skiffs, the action was good. This D10, I've never felt anything like it because this is my first time with the whole nub system or whatever. Like, you know, how he has that, the proprietary nub in it. I think a couple other companies do it, like, why am I trying to say Havoc? Haptic. Why I was thinking of Havoc, not Haptic. Haptic does it. They have a lot of, like, I think all of their knives have that type of D10 system, but it's just a unique, weird system. Like, I've never seen it because when I took it apart, it's not like an actual, like, hole in there for the like, normally they have a ceramic bearing here, and it, like, normally it'll sit in it. Like, when it's closed, there'll be a bearing, like a hole through the blade, and it'll sit in there like that. It's not how it works. And, like, when you go like this, it pops it out. There's an actual, like, a whole entire, see how that's open right there, right here. I don't know if I'm gonna get it on there. See how you can see my hand through there? It's, like, literally is cut out all the way to where the nub goes into here when it closes. So it's open right here. It's basically cut out. You can see it from down here. Let me see. I don't have my flashlight over here. It's a little dirty. Definitely been flicking the hell out of this thing. Yeah, I can't see it with this, but it's definitely different. It's definitely different. Well, you could tell by this. See how where the stop pin is here? It's actually not internal. It's actually a regular stop pin, and it closes and it comes down there, and it's, like, all the way here open till. But that's what, like, the D10 nub sits here, and it breaks on that opening, and it really makes it a pop. And I probably just confused the holy hell out of everybody that's watching this. Sorry. Actually, I'm trying to think if I actually, you know what? Let me show you. So I was trying to think if I actually Loctited it or not, or what I've done to a few of my knives. Crazy glue. Oh, why am I getting that? They're all yeah, and I did say crazy glue. Lefty Kevin was saying from Lefty EDC, we were talking, and he was talking about forget who it was. Somebody, one of the makers he was talking to said that they actually use super glue instead of instead of Loctite. Like, just a very small amount, like really tiny, just bloop, just enough to hold it. You know, they say it'll break free. It's not like a permanent thing. Even if you do use too much, you can always heat it up, or just rubbing alcohol will work too. Even penetrating oil or something, you'll get it out. It's not like it'll break it. But come on, come loose. I figured I know it's dirty, so I might as well clean it. If you see what I mean, see how right here there's no track. I mean, there's a track, but there's no indent right there. See? There's no like indent where a ball would be. If you see this, that right there, this right here goes right there, and it catches that, and when it opens, it pops it, so it creates this really big, like this really like good pop. That's why they have, like, they're renowned for their pop. Like, they got some pop to them. Pop, lock, and drop. Okay, I can't believe I just said that. Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. Oh my god. I really, really make myself laugh. And I'm all over the place. Alright, let me get this in. I don't really need anything inside of it because it was already somewhat moist. I just wanted to wipe it down a little bit and clean it off, because this I just got not that long, I think I've had it maybe I don't even think I had it a week. No, I didn't. Got it Thursday, I think. Friday, actually. So this thing is still working itself in. I've actually, the other one I had such good action on it, which this does too. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, smooth. Could have used a little bit of KPL, but now see, sometimes you do end up missing it when you do it on the, when you do it from this side, you do end up missing it a little bit, so you gotta kind of get it right. And actually, you know what? I think I did actually put a little bit of crazy glue in this last time, because I think it was walking just a little bit. But we'll see. I'll wait off with that. Yeah, this thing is definitely not going anywhere in my collection. This thing is definitely staying. The only way it will go anywhere is if I end up getting a the black handle with the, I don't know what, it's kind of like a yellow type carbon fiber-ish. I don't know what, if it's like a carbonized inlay or what it is, but it's got to be, I don't know. See, I like the Bowie, but the clip point is easier to flick. Like, you can, like, it's no doubt about it, you're getting the flick every time. I mean, I get the flick every time with my right hand, but sometimes my left, see, sometimes if it's not tight enough, like, it depends. Like, it's sometimes I miss it sometimes. Not struggle with it, but I miss it sometimes. But with the drop point, it's like, there's no question about it. You're hitting it every time. But I mean, I like both of them, but I think the clip point's definitely a little bit sexier, I would say. But this is definitely they knocked it out the park with this one. Like, completely knocked it out the park. I mean, supposedly, I have handled other Sharp by Design, and they all seem to be, top notch. So, a few of them weren't really my style. Like, I know they do have another mini Tempest, I think, that has just the front flipper, doesn't have the choil. Or not the choil. I definitely just called this a choil. Oh my god. Oh my god. The fuller. They don't have the fuller, and it's just, a plain, blade. And I'm not just a front flipper kind of guy. It's got to be, I don't know, it's got to be like a really, really crazy good front flipper action. I mean, this is, but I don't know. I like different deployment methods, but another thing with the ergos, this has, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but that's just kind of how I am. So it's got a nice little choke up spot right here. It's not like huge, which I kind of like how they did this. It's like really smooth. It's really rounded off right here. So it's just enough to, it just feels right. It literally just feels fucking right. So then with this, you can put your hand here, your thumb here, and just get some work done. And I mean, you can get up, and you kind of do have to, cock your hand up a little higher than the drop point. Sorry. Than the drop point, but it's not that much. Like, I think the drop point's maybe like here versus there, so it's not like it's where some clip points where they're like, trailing all the way up here, and you can't even you're gonna be, sorry, I hit the mic, you're gonna be like, your arm's gonna be over your head and everything from trying to, use the tip of it. But I know I've been kind of all over the place with this review, but this thing is just, I can't say enough about it. It's got a flat grind. I wish it was kind of a hollow, but it doesn't really need it, honestly. So it's fucking sharp as all hell. Like, that was me. It's freaking sharp. Like, definitely cut that down too much because I gotta clean it up. But it's got some cutting ability, that's for sure. Which the OEM is, I forgot to say that the OEM on this is excuse me, is Riot. So obviously, if I would have led with that, saying that it's a Riot build, it would have probably helped a lot of people out and just said, oh, it's a Riot build, okay, it's a solid knife, boom. But I like to leave you guys in suspense, which not really, because I actually just forgot to tell you that. But it's a Riot build, so that kind of says everything jumbled up into one. Oh, did I get a little smushed? Yeah. The transitions between the inlay and the titanium is literally like, it's nothing. You can't even barely feel it. Like, it's kind of crazy how well it fits in and everything. Obviously right here it's going to be because it's the lock bar, but which it's got this bolster type of design where it's like which I kind of like this. It's like an inlay bolster, because it's not fully like a full bolster, because it's not completely covering this, but it's kind of like the outline, and then it doesn't even go on the back. So I mean, it is a bolster, but I guess it's not, it's like different. It's like a bolster, but it's not. But I just like it because it works obviously as a bolster lock. Like, you can obviously use it and flick it, you know, left-handed. But at the same time, see, sometimes I can't flick it, but that's just on occasion. Then you got like this, where you can get the whole titanium and it feels seamless, because it is. It's just an amazing knife. I know I'm just kind of rambling on about it, but it's just a top contender. Honestly, this could possibly be, if not is, a lot of people's top knife in 2022. I know it's speaking early, but I know for sure it's going to be in the top 5. 100% going to be in the top 5. Unless, I mean, I know 2022 is definitely going to be a hell of a year for knife, you know, knife drops and all that. So, you know, with all the Leon Ma 3.5 coming out later in the year, the EMP, EDC, the Nimble X, or the Nimble XL, really, but it's called the Nimble X. That's going to come out. Then I know EMP, they're also coming out with like a one clip version. They have a whole bunch of different versions of that. There should be at least, I would imagine some of them are coming out in this year, if not a lot of them. So that's another, you know, whatever they do is probably going to be in the top contender, top 5 list, at least the top 10 list. There's a lot, like a whole lot. So I would definitely be on your seats, but this is definitely going to be up there. This ain't going to go anywhere, I guarantee you. This is going to be on a lot of people's minds. This is going to be in a lot of people's top 5 collection, you know, top 5 videos. I'm predicting it now that this is going to be in a lot of top 5 videos. So, yeah. So, yeah, Sharp by Design. All right, everybody. Ooh, something dropped. All right, everybody. Have a good night. You know, be safe out there. Love you guys. Thanks for showing up. So thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button.